Entirely set up for failure here. Since this afternoon is about acknowledgement, I'd like to acknowledge some people that are often a bit in the background, but that are key to the success that we are celebrating today. And we know that Louise couldn't have done what she's done without having some backing at home. And I want to just acknowledge Gerard and Tannie Meyer, the daughters that aren't here tonight, but I know that Louise is punched way above her weight for many years. Many of the people in this room have, and that couldn't, well, what we're celebrating tonight couldn't have happened without somebody being that one nut and being crazy enough first, and then gutsy enough, courageous, tenacious, and all of that, but there's a price for that. So we all appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want to actually get emotional at Wilson, but Natalie's stolen my punch on the rest of the stuff. But okay, so just a sincere thanks. I wanted to just say one quick word. I was put on the spot now as a business leader, and I want to touch on a few things that were said here. I think Louise quoted Andre Pretoria saying that the principals wanted a reciprocal relationship. And certainly when I first entered this arena thinking that I was going to solve education by myself, I wanted to fix schools. And it has been a wonderful experience for me to see the X factor in the program. Because very few things, although we promote the Rainbow Nation thing, I think the World Cup in '95 and then 2010 did wonders for it, but other than that, the Rainbow Nation is in many ways a dream that hasn't been fulfilled yet. And it's difficult to build those bridges in communities. But PFP has proven to be a structure that allows people that would otherwise not really mingle to get together and do common work together and get to respect each other and appreciate each other. And as Auntie Denise said earlier, there's Auntie Denise, that Mr. Samadin's got his catchphrases. My catchphrase from this program is, I've been impacted in such a way that I no longer feel like a tourist in my own country, which was true for me driving past Dunoon all the previous years. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, then my other punch was also stolen. I wanted to do the math, 600 times 1,000. But that's been done now. And I wanted to add to that, because it isn't just 1,000. Because we've seen that the capacity has been built, and the kids that are going out of Kanamea Primary, new ones coming in, so it's more than 1,000, and it is their families. And it's not only the people in the school, it's the people on the other side of the street doing other things. So at the moment, I would think it's safe to say that we're way over 1 million people to 2 million people that have been impacted. That's a very real part of this country. That's a real movement. And if we look at the scaling of that graph, where 600 is, it took a while to start ramping. If you play that movie forward, I think the ramping is going to pick up. And I think very few other movements are that real, making that real impact, where normal citizens like ourselves, unqualified to really make a difference, can actually make a real difference. And I dread to think what would have happened to all of those million-odd kids that weren't impacted. Now, not all of them might have been impacted as much as Simbulele, who's more than a starfish. You were a real star today. Thank you very much. But there's no doubt, if you listen to Madoda, that the capacity has been built, and there are thousands of kids that would otherwise ended up completely differently if it wasn't for this. Now, there's no doubt PFP doesn't do it alone. We do it in partnership with so many people. But I think it's a real movement. I invite all of you to go and check that little YouTube clip. It's a good laugh to see how that nut turns people into a crowd. And really, I can't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to be part of the next 600 schools and the journey thereafter. So that's my final say. Thanks to the nut, and thanks to all of you.